Hey, Universal Coworkers, welcome back to the final episode of my reminiscent podcast that I call I Hate Work. Now, when I say I hate work, I don't actually hate working because I am a Capricorn and we are actually, Happy New Year's is what I should have started with. And we are actually in Capricorn season, okay? And we are the goats and we are the hardest working sign in the zodiac. I know I pretty much talk crap about everybody else, but you know, it is what it is. I hate how companies are structured. The 30-minute lunches, having to put in a 2-week notice when you're unhappy somewhere just to leave, having to ask permission for time off to go to your sister's wedding, to have your child a birthday party, to even attend a funeral. You have to ask someone else for permission. Don't even get me started on the 2 hours to call in, point systems for missing work and calling in. We're humans. What is this? What is this? I hate work. Oh my God. And the fact that we can't even afford, health care on our salaries, okay? No wonder we're all mentally unstable, okay? Can't afford it. We hate work. We hate these places. Okay, so let's do a little final recap, I should say. I started work when I was 15. I failed high school in my senior year. I took 13 classes and got another job, my second job, so that I could graduate on time with the class of 2005. I was doing super good, saved up, went to London with my films class, had an amazing time, came home prepared to go off to live a successful life, started dating Satan's strongest soldier, got into drugs, alcohol, 15,000 jobs down the line, finally got away from that life, moved to San Diego, California, North County, got my job at Legoland, had an epic high school childish fun experience there. I literally just hung out with one of my sons the other day and went and hung out with Mariah for her son's birthday. That's my family, okay? Like I said, my Lego people are still my people today. So now we're in 2022. Okay. If you've been following along, my last episode was like 10 minutes. I'm not even going to talk about those jobs. Okay. Those other two, that I fell into like a dark period, met some extremely evil people. Yeah. Had to literally climb out of hell. Okay. So we are in November 2022. I need another job. Okay. This would be job number 28. I go online. I see that there's a place right down the street that I've been there a few times, but I never thought about actually working there. In the heart of San Marcos, California, is this ducked off community called Lake San Marcos, okay? And they do have like a beautiful lake. There's lakefront properties. They have tennis courts, pickleball courts. You can rent a boat, paddleboard. There's a really cute Italian restaurant there called Amalfi. There's golf courses, hotels. It's a cute little staycation area. And pretty much most of the people that live there are retired and they're just living their life. So I apply, I get a call, of course, because my resume just reads like an Einstein novel. Okay. So I get the call, I go to the interview and I meet this guy who, I remember his name. I'm not even going to bother even giving him an alias or anything because he literally interviewed me and then the next week he quit. So he was out. The main manager that interviewed me with him, I am going to call her Margaret, okay? Just like Margaret hates me to this day. and for and for no reason. It's so silly. Just a little spoiler there. Yeah, Margaret hates me. So anyways, I meet Margaret. She's very passionate about her job. She has been there since she was like a teenager. She started there as a teenager, then COVID hit. She was the only employee left and willing to come back after COVID. So, bam, she gets to be manager. Okay. So she's a manager. Honestly, I thought Margaret was like 30. I thought we were around the same age. Margaret turns out to be like 23 years old. And I'm like, okay. So it's just a regular standard interview. They just go down this list of all these questions. I answer them like a scholar. And they're like, oh, we have like 10 other people that we're interviewing today. We'll call you if you fit the bill. And I'm just like, whatever. Because I have 3 other interviews that day, but they're all for nursing homes. And I won't even go down that way. So anyways, a couple days later, get an email, boom, she offers me the position. So, and she offers me a supervisor to be at the recreational office. So I don't start until end of December 2022, I want to say. It was like a long process for absolutely no reason. Okay. No reason, but it was a process. So finally start around this, like the Christmas holiday season. So I'm supervisor, $20 an hour, which is a total cut from what I was recently making at my previous job. I'm in this tiny little office with like this old mildew smelling carpet. Okay. There's a tiny little desk and like 3 of us are supposed to sit back there. We sell candy. Our shelf is so pathetic. There's like 3 Skittles, 2 Snickers, 4 Reese cups. And then there's, like we have a little fridge there's like White Claws in there. I don't know why. Okay. But there's White Claws in there, sodas, whatever. We average about $12 a day in sales. Yeah. So whatever. I meet my new coworkers, which is just 2 boys in like their freshman year of college. Okay. And they just come in to clean the docks, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So my job is to give the homeowners in Lake San Marcos their, community cards, access to the pool, the one pool, no spa, access to the grass. Okay. And they take this serious. Okay. If you don't have a card, they're like, why are you chilling on our grass? Why are you enjoying the lakefront? Yeah. And then you have the pickleball courts, tennis courts. I played tennis my freshman year of high school. So I know a little bit about the game. Pickleball, I knew nothing about. And just to get ahead of myself here, I am extremely prejudiced when it comes to pickleball players. I do not like you. I do not like pickleball players. So the first week, I know nothing. Of course, I'm learning. Every new job is like learning a new language, right? My training days suck. Margaret, because she's in her early 20s, okay, she doesn't know how to train. So my first 4 days at work, she makes me sit next to her and she goes, look what I'm doing. And you see how I did that? Just watch me send emails. First of all, I can't see, okay? I already have problems with my eyes. And you want me to just be like, to see how you're responding to emails? That's the stupidest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. But I sat there for 4 days, 4 days, watching her respond to emails and then reading the guidelines. I was so bored. I actually read the handbook. I read the employee, like rules and regulations. I actually read everything because I was bored out of my mind for 4 whole days. I only had one little fun thing. I was over in the hotel side with her training, and a girl walks in. And lo and behold, it is Miss Snooty from Legoland. And she is here parading as a front desk manager. We of course we hug. We've missed each other. Oh my God, you're my best friend. I can't wait till like let's catch up, girlfriend, blah blah blah. And as soon as she walks out the office, for like there's other managers and like golf course people that have been in the office too. Everyone comes to life. You know her? Where do you know her from? Blah blah blah. And since I'm new and I have this like little bit of gossip, I'm like, I'm going to keep it to myself. And I was like, I just know her from Legoland, and she's super good. She was one of my supervisors, and they were kind of disappointed. And I was like, nobody likes her. So it was not just the Legoland staff that felt all these like little negative things about her work ethics. It literally spilled over to that job. Like they were saying the same things that everyone at Legoland had seen in her as well. But remember, she only became supervisor because she threw me under the bus, which she who would never get a name. So yeah, let's move on from there. So on the fifth day of just sitting there watching my manager, who doesn't know like how to train on anything, I'm like, girlfriend, I'm an old woman, okay? I know I really don't know the system, but let me get over to the office and let me start doing what you hired me to do. And she's like, well, we haven't gotten to the hands-on. Shh, shh. We don't need that, okay? I will teach myself. I will teach myself. Let me go over to the office. You sit here and you answer emails, okay? Let me get over here and start training. And she agrees, okay? Because I kind of have that, like, I have that. So I go over to the office, start, like, first of all, I got to clean because it's dusty, it's dirt, it's cluttered with rackets and balls, and the paddles are just not like all facing the same way, and the boards, like, I need stuff to look nice. I need my area to be clean. I start with paper is everywhere. I go through all the paper, like, let me organize. And as I organize, I am learning, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. I need to fill out these, I need to make sure I organize this. I organize everything because that's who I am. And then my observation period comes up, okay? It's the homeowners, it's the members, okay? They run Lake San Marcos. They truly do. Like I said, it's a lot of retired people, and they are just enjoying their pensions or whatever it is that they get. Wives got 80-year-old husbands who are at home, so they're just spending his money, living at his property, playing pickleball. So I'm getting to know all the members, okay? And I'm letting the young boys show me what they do on a daily, okay? I'm just like, just show me what you guys do, because I know I'm finna turn this whole place upside down. I already know, because that's just who I am. Okay. I've read all the rules. I know everything on paper. So right away, homeowner, the members are like, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and you're gonna fall in line. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So there's this Sanaleo group, which is so funny because I'm actually became their HOA manager later on down the line here. It's so funny. So there's a group of women who live in Santa Leo. They are not members of Lake San Marcos, but for some reason, membership opened up to outsiders, and they can pay a monthly fee to become members of the lake and get to play on the pickleball courts. So they would literally, I'm not even exaggerating, it would be 30 of them and their husbands, okay? And they would just take over all the pickleball courts. Take them over at night. They got the music blasting. They got their drinks. They got a snack. It was a fiesta. And then I have to shut down at 5 o'clock. Courts close at 5. And they'd be like, no, no, no. We'll stay. We'll close it up. Don't worry about it. I let them push me around for a week. I let them, because I'm observing. I want to get to know everybody. I'm observing here. I'm creating a plan, okay? So then in the AM members are my tennis players, okay? And they are like 60, 70 years old. They are here to just chill. They hit the ball once or twice and then they sit and they just gossip, okay? They're not there to play. They hate pickleball players because pickleball players are taking over their courts. And so pickleball players can't stand tennis players because tennis players are just chilling on the court. They're not even playing. Yeah. So after what, like a week and a half, I go in there. It's V is here now. V is the supervisor and V's running the show here. I went through everybody's profiles. uh, you owe money. Okay. You haven't paid in a long time. I need a new credit card for you. How many guests are you bringing? No, you're only allowed one guest, honey bunny. It's you and one guest. All these other 4 people, they need to go find another member to play with. I came down hard. They went to Margaret, okay? Margaret came to me. Hey, V, I'm getting a lot of complaints, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know, but they haven't been following the rules. And I am the new supervisor here, okay? You gave me the job. I'm the new supervisor. They need to start following the rules. Everyone that worked in that office, they have bullied them, made them cry. They feed the teenage boys. So the boys are like, okay, do what you want. You can't bribe me with nothing unless you got Justin Timberlake's phone number. Okay. Do you know the cast of Harry Potter? Okay. Do you have a literary agent for me? No. You have nothing to bribe me with. They would bring me donuts and Snickers and stuff and I would eat it, but still, where your money? You gotta pay. But yeah, they've bullied Margaret for years, okay? And she's gone home crying a lot. And I said, no, we're not doing this. Yeah, they got together with their smartest member. She created a whole layout, whole plan. And they took it to the general manager of the resort, okay? They went high, like V's got to go already. V's got to go, okay? We had a big meeting with the GM, so freaking crazy. And she heard their side. And then she said, Veronice, what is it that you're doing? I said, I'm just following the rules, okay? They have abused all the rules. Half of them haven't paid in months, okay? They're bringing 5 guests who are playing for free. I said, absolutely not. And we're only averaging about $12, a week in sales. Each, guest, I think it was like $5 to $6 a guest. No. And the GM was like, that case settled, okay? V, she literally was like, V, run the show the way you want to. Oh, I love it when the manager just agrees with me. And that's how it went. I got to run the show. So I knew everyone that hated me because they let me know they could not stand me. And then I started making, like, I'm not going to, they're like friendly, okay? I got a group of people that had my back, and they were mostly like tennis players or the older pickleball players that came to play in the mornings, okay? I made sure that they finally could get courts to play. Their friends could finally play. I smooth it out because there's open pickleball, play, and the real hardcore players would not let the intermediate players play because they were like, you suck. If you can't play pickleball, like hardcore pickleball players don't want you to even breathe their air. They don't have time to teach you. You got to go somewhere else and learn. They were so mean. So yeah, I was just like turning it around. And even Margaret was like, I love that you're doing this and that you got those women under control. They can't make you cry. It's like, absolutely not. So with Margaret, we had a good relationship. There was nothing bad. I will never be fulfilled clocking in and out of a job. Never. Okay. I will never be happy doing that. And I've learned that no matter what job I have, I'll have fun there. I'll enjoy it. I'm going to leave the position better than the way I found it. I can't stay. It's just not. It's just not. So by what is it? I go late December. It's July 2023. I'm kind of bored, and my girls play soccer now. Fine, like this is the first time in their life that they got to do some sports, okay? And I want to be with my babies. I'm working on books 3 and 4 at this time. Wait, I already published books 3 and 4 at this time because I published in May 2023. So I just want to write, and I just want to be with my babies, and and see them grow, and stop missing all these opportunities. So I'm like, I need a job where I make enough to pay the bills and have a little freedom to get to their games. And Margaret let me. Okay. Her and Connor came back. He used to be like a boatman, and then all of a sudden he gets to be big manager. So he became over her, and she was kind of upset because she wanted that position. Both of them got the jobs because they had previously been there as teenagers and their parents knew people. It wasn't because okay, I'm not going to say they didn't work hard to get there, but it's one of those connection things. They are in power because of who they're connected with. I could do their jobs, okay? I was doing their audits. I was creating their Excel sheets because I can do these things in my sleep. I know the budgets. I know these things. So you guys are making like $10 more than me, and I'm doing your job. And neither one of them are parents. So I just got tired of having to ask children for a day off to take my child to the dentist, or so that I could go see my glaucoma specialist. Like, I hate calling children to ask them for permission for something. So one of my friends from Job 27 hit me up. She's like, V, I need you because I'm the dementia whisperer. And her new facility has opened up a hall of dementia patients. And she's like, it's going terribly. It's going terrible. Nobody knows how to help these people. Nobody knows what they're doing. And she's like, please, please, please come. And I'm like, no, I'm done with that world. I can't come back. So she keeps calling me. She even has the administrator call me. Okay, this is big when the administrator is like, hey, I've heard of you. And not just from her, from other people. I have this dementia hall. I need you. So I'm like, fine. Fine. I interview at this new nursing home over in Oceanside. Gosh, what is it called? El Fuente or something? Fuente Nursing Facility, something like that. Okay. And this is job number 29. I go in, meet with everybody. I go visit the hall. I don't think you're allowed to just go visit patients, but like, I'm the dementia whisperer. I go visit this one hall. Right away, like in 20 minutes, I assess these like 18 patients. This is simple. This is easy. I know what they need, okay? I know what they need. And I don't know why I know what they need. I just know what they need. So I sign on. I'm hired. Sure, I'll come. I just have one hall to play with versus the 59 patients I had before at job 27. So I let Margaret and Connor know I have to go. Some dementia patients really need me. And the members were so like, no, don't go, blah, blah, blah. They're like showering me with gifts, well, food. And they're like, please don't go. We really, really need you. You're not going to be happy there. You need to stay. I cut my hours I put in my 2-week notice at the lake house, and I start immediately over at the facility. I only work 3 shifts. Okay. I don't even think I got paid. I go in and I can't do it. I feel like I'm falling into an abyss again. I can't do it. And right away, the patients responded to me. because they just need a companion. They just need somebody who's going to talk to them. If a patient is like, we're sitting here in a swamp, I'm like, let's go. Where's the gators? Let's count the gators. I'm going into your world with you. I couldn't do it. I can't do it again. I can't do it again. I quit the facility after 3 days. I can't, guys. There was even some nurses and CNAs from previous facilities that I've known, and I just can't do it. So I quit, and I withdraw my 2-week notice from Lake San Marcos. Everybody's happy, like, we love you, we need you here, blah blah blah. But again, I'm unhappy. I am so unhappy, and I need flexibility. Okay, I need some flexibility. Go online. I just type in remote, because after COVID, I kept hearing about, after COVID, I always heard about like these remote jobs. And I'm like, what is it like? You get to just be at home in your robe and just like working? Like, what is this? What is this life? I want some of this life. So I type in remote, see there's a job in Carlsbad. Love it. I don't have to go too far. I apply for it. And I get a call to come in to interview. So this is September. We're at the end of September 2023. Before I get into this job, is there anything in my personal life is great? Well, yeah. Kids are good playing soccer. They've got all their good friends. I still have my family from Lego. I've got a bunch of good friends here, okay? My family has even moved to San Diego. My sister, my brother, everybody's here. It's like 17 of us here now when it was just the 3 of us. Yeah, like I said, I'm like dating here and there. Nobody worth mentioning because they're not that special someone, but I'm having a good time, okay? What else am I doing? I keep getting callings at church, and I'm like, stop it. I'm not the role model for your kids. And it's so funny because some of the parents are like, yeah, my kids need you. So yeah, I'm like doing the stuff at the church. Like, I am busy. Plus I got 4 books out now. I am a busy woman. Okay. Oh yeah. So anyways, end of September, I go interview at this company just right down the street from my house and right down the street from the lake. And it's HOA. I've heard of HOA, but I didn't really I don't know this world. I don't know. But I've never worked at a pickleball court either. So, and I just dominated, the biggest Karen population in the world. So I interview with this manager, and she is very professional. Okay, I can't BS her. There is no turn on the charm. She don't care about my Capricornness. She's like, she is crossing her T's, dotting her I's, and I have to keep up with her. And then she goes, okay, well, if you make it past the next round, you have to interview with with the vice president and the manager, like the manager you will be working with. Because in the HOA world, you work in teams. There's manager, assistant manager, but then there's 2 other managers like running the show inside the building, whatever. So I'm like, whatever. I also interview at Fashion File that same day. And I knew I wasn't getting a job because I had a Harry Potter purse and a Loungefly Mickey Mouse wallet. And the managers that interviewed me, she's like, this is like high end. You need to know your Pradas and your Gucci. And I'm like, you don't have no Loungefly? I need Loungefly. I love Loungefly. I was like, I could sell this stuff, but I knew I wasn't getting the job over at Fashion File. So like 2 weeks later, yeah, it literally took like 2 weeks later, I get an email to come in for a second interview at HOA. Go back to the same building. There's a little bell at the door, click it. And this girl comes over and she's like, I'm so excited for you to work here. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? She's just like so excited. And I'm confused. I have not been offered a job, but she knows something I don't know. So I go into my second round of interviews, And it is lighter and fun. And I'm, talking with the manager that interviewed me last time, I guess the vice president for this region, and it's going good. And then they bring in the manager I will be working with. You know what? She's not with us. She's the thing about the HOA world is everybody knows everybody, and everybody just bounces from company to company. Like literally, if I get fired, I'm just gonna go across the street to the next HOA building because that's what we do. Yeah, I don't care. So she comes in and she's got all this collagen in her lips and she sizes me up and down. And I'm wearing, it's end of September. I am a holiday person, okay? September 1st is October 1st to me, so Halloween begins right away. I'm wearing I'm wearing like some Halloween earrings, okay? Because I love the holidays. And she's like, "Oh, your earrings." And she's wearing ghost earrings. So I'm like, "Hell yeah, this is going to be my best friend." And she's like, "I'm the holiday person around here." And I was like, "What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? Like that just means we're going to make it more fun." And she just asked me these questions and I was like, "Oh no, she doesn't like me." And I don't like her face either. And I'm like, "Oh, this is not good." And I could see the other two managers are just so agitated with her. I could tell they're like, ugh. So uh, I knew, I was like, okay, I'm not, they can't pair me with her. I don't know what her birthday is, but it was like whatever she is, she had another horn against my horn. It wasn't happening. It wasn't going to happen. So they're like, "We'll call you if something comes up, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh no." I don't get a call or an email. And I'm like, "I'm not getting this job. I'm not getting this job." So I'll just be at Lake House arguing with the people who are fighting over the swans, because at this time there's a war at the lake house between the homeowners. And it's literally, you're either on the white swan side or you're on the black swan side. And this is insane. The black swans live in harmony. They take care of each other. They love each other. They're having babies. It's a community. There's two white swans that someone dumped at the lake. They're worth like $10,000 each. They're expensive. But someone dumped them off, and we didn't understand why. They kill everybody. They kill the quail, the geese. They kill everybody. So the black swans would like have their babies, and the white swans came and would eat or stomp on the eggs. I got involved. I did. I Oh my god, I have little videos of when the baby swans hatched, and I was like naming them and so happy. And as the days went on, the white swans ate them. I remember one day I came to work, and the mama black swan was just crying in the lake, and I felt her pain in my soul. And I went down to the lake, and the babies were just dead swimming around her, and she was crying. And I was like, "Where's a shark when you need it?" Because these swans, these two white swans, like the horn, and they honk. So you know when they're coming. I can't think of their names. I used to remember it, but terrible swans. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But it got so bad on the lake that someone, like, they really had human assassination, like human assassins, because someone even shot two other white swans that had nothing to do with this battle. And it was really bad. The swan war at Lake San Marcos is so intense. It's insane. It's insane. And that's another reason I was like, I gotta get up out of here. I'm fighting with pickleball Karens. Okay. I've entered a swan battle. My heart's broken. it was it was I entered a whole new world that I could not even deal with. So anyways, October 2nd hits. I get an email. I get offered a job at to work for this HOA company. I'm leaving. I put in my 2 weeks again. Margaret stops talking to me. Connor doesn't care, okay? He's walking around in his toddler khakis and his too tight polo shirt. He's living his best white privilege, okay? Connor doesn't have to do anything. He shows up to work, walks around, pats you on the back, and he's ghost for the rest of the day. He's never at work. He doesn't do any work. He's just there, okay? And Margaret knows this because she gets stuck having to manage everything else. And the only other person that helped her was me. So I understand why Margaret hates me to this day. And I say that because I live down the street from Lake San Marcos. I go there, I love to go check on the swans still because those are my buddies. I go to the events there and I see her and everyone else speaks and she turns her back like she does not. She's so mad at me for leaving. Like she absolutely hates that I just left. And I did. I didn't finish my 2 weeks. I was so excited to start this new job. I just left. I did. Terrible, terrible human being I am. But yeah, what's the point of working 2 weeks? I don't know. No. And so that's the end of job 29. And we are finally at job 30. HOA assistant manager. Whole new ball game, whole new world. So apparently one of the managers had told like the other assistant who was like, I can't wait for you to work here. She was like, oh, she writes books. She does this. Like everyone in the office they had heard about me and they were excited for me to come. Lucky for me, this other manager, her assistant quit abruptly. Okay. He must be my twin. He just got ghost. And so I got to be her assistant and Lips got a young boy. And we started the same day. Yeah. I am working here today. Okay. It is 7 a.m. and I have to be at work at 8. Sometimes I get there at 8:30. I work here today. It's been 2 years. If I can make it to October, it'll be 3 years. I love this job. I love this industry. I wish I found HOA world 10 years ago. I'd be vice president today. I'm telling you, I got right in there. And lucky for me, I had a lazy manager who didn't know how to do anything, never really liked to come to work. And I can say this because she's not in our office anymore. Okay. There are jobs where there's cliques. There's always different cliques. Okay. At Lake San Marcos, there's like us in the office. Then there's the hotel staff. There's the golf course people. There are cliques all over the place. And people don't like people. Okay. Not here. Honestly, we all had one common enemy. Everybody had one common enemy in this office. Okay. It was great. It was this, and to this day, we're all still here together, except for Lips and my manager, and it's a family. The woman who was like, I can't wait for you to work here is literally like my sister. Her and her husband have adopted me. And whenever I'm in trouble, I bug them for everything. Literally, me and my kids have gone camping with them. It is a blast. Okay. There's there's moments that I hate, but it's the regular like structure of work. When something happens, it's like, why is this happening? And pretty much it's a company. You're working for a company. They have their rules, they have their structures, and you just have to abide by them. Even if it sucks, okay? You just have to abide by them. But it's not to the point where I am looking for other jobs, okay? I mean, maybe other like HOA company, but not like, I do not hate this job. I have, because in true V fashion, I tend to get a little bit, above myself, and I need to scale it back. I finally work with adult managers, okay? Not to say that I never have, because I have a bunch of managers that I love, but they have adult children, okay? They've been there, done that. And I love when I do get beside myself, they're like, V, shut up. They don't say it like that, but it's just like, shut up. Shut your ass up. Go back to your cubicle. Take a 10. Shut up. So I have pushed the buttons. I've been on the verge of like, am I going to get fired today? Like, what have I done? It has not come to that. Like I always say, I don't like when a person feels like they, just because they have a title, they can talk to you any kind of way. And for me, that has trickled to the homeowners. Okay. Just because I'm going to give you good customer service, I know I am here to meet your needs, but you're not going to talk to me like that. You cannot just storm in here yelling at me like that. And I've had to, at this point, I just tell on myself. I, I just tell on myself. I will email my board or my manager and go, hey, you might be firing me today because dude came in here and his tone was just not it. And so my tone overpowered his. I I just tell on myself, like, this is what I did. Punish me. I love what I am doing here. And I honestly think this is going to be my final job. I don't see myself trying to ever go back to hotel, to retail, nothing like that. I did last June. I got like promoted and moved out of my home office into like an on-site office. And in true V fashion, I called up the boys over at Lake House and I said, "Hey, do you want to work with me or you want to work with Margaret?" And so I took them. I got them both, okay? And they are working with me. So I saw her at Cane's and I waved at her and she looked away and I was like, oh, it's because I got the boys. Yeah. At this job, I am learning a lot about me, that I don't know everything. And I am so grateful to have people around me that do tell me, like, V, you gotta like take a step back. You need to think. You need to think before you speak. Because I have not really had that. I've had a lot of jobs, just like managers or team members that just let me like run rampant, like, as you know like I'm the creator of that story. And I like in this job that they're like, this is not one of your stories, V. You don't get to create acts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you can be a part of it, but you don't get to write it. And I like that. I like the someone that will tell me where I've went wrong and what I need to do better at. Because the other jobs, just like, V knows best. V knows what she's doing. No, I don't. Okay? No, I don't. I am just, what is that called? I'm just a paper, in a storm, just swirling around. I'm going where you're going, too. Okay, I'm a tumbleweed out here. I am picking stuff up as I go. I love the leadership that I am under. I have even told her she is the best boss I have ever had. That's why I'm still here. If my manager leaves, I'm gonna probably go too. I'm gonna go wherever she goes because I love working under her. It has been the best, and it is that professional relationship to where she does not yell at you in front of other people, and she does not tell everybody what you've done or what you're in trouble for. She pulls you in that office, closes the door, and she's so soft with her voice. She doesn't even have to raise her voice. It's just like, it's literally like, Mother Goose telling you, or the God Fair, like, the who's Cinderella's fairy godmother, like, got the wand, like, Yeah, I'm not gonna make you glass slippers anymore if you don't know how to act. So she, it's not that she puts you in your place, but she reminds you, like, you have a job to do and you cannot be acting like this. And if you need help, you need to learn how to ask for help. And that has been my worst trait, is I always feel like I can just do everything. I don't need help. I don't need information. I got this. And she's like, yes, you do. You need help. And if you need to go over something, or if you need to relearn something, let me know, and we will set aside time and retrain you. So I am having such a good time, like, learning me, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times we just go with the flow of life, and we're like, who am I? What are my weaknesses, and what are my strengths? How can I be a better person? How can I build on this and succeed? And so I am having a good time. Okay. we we have a blast. And I feel like I'm truly learning customer service here when dealing with the homeowners. And it's nice because I still have the Karens. I still got the Karens of Santa Leo Hills, which is so funny. That was so funny that I became like their HOA manager. And they're like, just can't get away. And I'm like, put that trash can in the house right now. Okay. Trash was yesterday. Oh, I am the worst. Okay. Let me tell you something. If the sun is out, okay, and I'm feeling good and it's a nice, beautiful day, I put on the sneakers with my slacks and I hit the pavement and I am looking at the paint. I put my glasses on. I'm looking at the paint. I'm looking at, like, is that weeds coming out the driveway? I know you don't have a fan in the window. The worst. I go walk under trees. If your tree branch touches the top of my head, you need to get out here and trim this now. Whenever my girls hate walking around with me in a neighborhood because I'm like, this trash can's out. And I'm like, what is going on with this pavement? Like, nuh-uh. No. You need to paint that door. Is that a dent in the garage? You're bringing down the entire city value here. I am that person. Violation. That's a violation. I love giving out violations. Like, I just love it, okay? And I don't say I abuse my power. I don't, because it's not really like a bunch of power, but I follow. I'm out there looking, okay? Put your trash cans in. Take your decorations down right now, okay? What is it, the 12th? I bet not see a light or a Santa or a snowman. You better get it down now. Oh my goodness. But yeah, having a good time. And so that is the end of I Hate Work. And that is where I am right now. This has been a healing journey for me. Like I said in episode 1, I felt like this was therapy. I got to get a lot off my chest, relive moments that I have suppressed. And once I said it out loud, I was like, oh, it wasn't really that bad. Because a lot of times you put on an application when they say, why are you no longer there? On paper, if I put, oh, I failed a drug test. That sounds awful. That sounds terrible. It sounds like I'm a drug addict. But that's not what happened. Okay? If I told them like what happened with Legoland, it's like, oh, you misused company money. That's not what happened. Okay? On paper, it all sounds so bad. But the true story, it's like, that's not what truly happened. And a lot of times we have to leave jobs because we're being harassed, bullied, we're just being treated unfairly, racism. So, and if you put that on paper as well, like, oh, I was being bullied, I was being harassed because I'm Black. So you can't put that on paper, because the next company is just be like, oh, you're a problem. And that's another thing I hate about how work life is just structured. You just can't tell your truth. You can't live in your truth because everything comes off different to someone else, okay? The way I read or hear a song and the way you read or hear a song is, we're not going to have the same takeaway from it. Okay, we're not going to have the same feelings about it. So, yeah. And that's another reason why I do like the job that I'm in. I feel like for the first time I'm working with real people who have dealt with real things in this world, and they do not judge me for it. And they even can be honest to say, well, I did this too. I've had that happen before. And I'm like, real people, like, to sit with an HR manager and they let down their walls and they're a real human. Huh, I love it. I just absolutely love it. So, yes. Okay, so now I am truly done talking, ranting. I personally have learned that I am never going to be satisfied in any job. And I am just going to always, I'm just going to be true to me. Even if I lose this job and I have to go find another job, I'm just going to be true to me. Okay. Do I see myself here in 5 years? Absolutely not. I don't see myself here in 90 days. It's only because for me, I just want to write. I just want to write. And I mean, not for the newspaper. I don't want to be a ghostwriter for someone else. I just want to sit at my computer all day long and write these tales. That is the only true job that will ever truly fulfill me. Nothing else will. But because I'm a human and, you know, we have to pay taxes and we have to pay like all these bills and for all these streaming channels and everything like that, I have to find a job. And so I would just say find that job that you can deal with, that you are content with until you have the means to do what you truly want. Okay. And so just remember what I've told you. Call out if you need to, okay? Take your vacation. You can, okay? Take extra time on your lunch. Eat. Go to the bathroom. Relax. Rest your eyes, okay? And we all hate work.